Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to do a review on NDED Acrylics. I'm going to try to do a Babyboomer, but I haven't used acrylic in like 10 years. So please be gentle with your comments. I'll be very critical on my own work, trust me. I already removed the dead cuticle from the nail plate using a cuticle remover, and now I'm filing the nails into shape, and I removed the shine using a 240 side grit from a banana file. I'm using a nail cleaner to remove all the dust and oils from the natural nail plate. After the cleaning, I apply the forms. She has different nail bed shapes, so for this nail I am using the Easy Flow form, and on other nails I will use regular golden forms. Just see which one fits best. The Easy form is a bit square, so that makes it easier to apply on a nail bed like this, and if the nail bed is more rounded, then I will use the golden forms. By the way, this is the hand from the nail biter. I did another video with her hand, so she got her nails removed after a while, but she kept them longer, so that's always a good sign. With this nail I will file the nail a bit more so the form will fit perfectly, and what sometimes helps is to roll the form before you try to tuck it right under the free edge. For the acrylic application I ordered 3 liquids, a premium, a regular and a beginner's, and I should have used the beginner's. I will already tell you that because that one cures a bit, needs a bit longer to cure, so maybe that would have been the best option when you have not done acrylics so long. Now I'm applying the primer from NDED. It's the Bonder, I think. I will put a link in the description box which one it is, but I had a good experience with this one in the past, and apply it very sparingly on every nail right before the application. Let's get started with the application. I start off with a white to create my tip, and I apply a small bead, and I can already tell that it is amazing to work with. I do have a bit too much liquid in my brush, so you see what happens, but that's not a problem. Just use your brush to tuck it right where you want it. Make sure it's going from one side to the other so that it's really coming right from the natural nail bed, and make sure it's really nice in every corner. And I'm using more like a tapping motion on the nail tip. I could have used the belly of the brush a bit more, and then I'm trying to smooth it out, and this is why I said I should have used the beginners, because the beginner is, like I said, a liquid that cures a bit, that needs a bit longer to cure, so that would have made it easier to blend it out in this situation. Another option, of course, is using 2 beads, so 1 white bead for the nail tip and then a small bead afterwards to create a nice blend, and that would have made it a bit thinner as well. So that's something for me to keep in mind the next time. I already did one pinky, so I asked her, please give me your pinky so I can see if I have the right length on this nail. The acrylic is already right where I want it to be, so what I'm doing right now with my brush is really tapping it into the right position. I can't really change the shape anymore, but I can smooth it out a bit more. So let's go for another one with this nail, and again I'm starting off with the white, and I'm applying a small bead on the form, press my liquid into it, and then I am going to use my brush to put it right where I want it. And I really like this white acrylic from NDED. As you can see, I've again used a bit too much liquid, so this is not because of the product. This is really my technique. Not yet I have not yet figured out exactly what the right mix ratio is. And whites are always a struggle for me because, well, that's just my theory. In whites there's a lot of pigment, so little bit less acrylic where the liquid can react with. So if you are applying your white, you overdose your liquid quite easy, and you will see when I am doing the cover in the next step that it's much easier for me to keep the right mix ratio. So now I'm really focusing on the tip to let it stay in the right place, so blending out is not an option anymore. I will need to apply another bead to blend it out evenly. And like I said, I think that's even a better method. First sculpt your tip, and after you have sculpted your tip, then use a smaller bead to create a fade. It will be thinner, it will be much easier to control. So that's a lesson learned from me. Now I'm using my fingers to pinch in a C curve. This will give it strength, and I personally think it looks prettier. With gels, it's a lot of fuzz to create a C curve with pinching. You will need to flash cure it long enough for strength, then put the pinch in it, then put it back into the light. Well, that's for me, I never did that, but with acrylics it's easier to do. Now I'm doing the thumb, and I'm really trying to do this in 2 beats. So first 1 beat to create the tip. And look how creamy that is. It's so easy to sculpt it and to work it. And it's, yeah, I really like it. I said it before, but I am trained in CND Retention Plus. And for me the whites were always a struggle. They never did what I wanted. And as you can see, now I am using my brush to correct it and to put it right where I want it, and first create the tip, and after that I will take another beat and I can fade this towards the cuticle area to create the fade that I want to achieve for the Babyboomer. I'm pressing down a bit more liquid into it, which will make it creamier. So every time that your product is a bit too dry, then you can of course use a bit of liquid to make it easier to work with. And look at the second beat, how easy it is to fade when you try to do it right away. and not just when you have already sculpted your tip and it's fully set almost. So applying a small second bead as well on this nail, and I'm using my brush the other way around to create the fade. First I spread it out over the entire nail and then I'm going backwards. I was afraid if I would do this right away I would have way too much product, so the fade wouldn't be pretty. It's very funny, by the way, during application I told her I haven't done acrylics in a while and I wanted to do a video with it. And if she was okay with that, well, she definitely was. And when she saw this, her first impression was like, oh my, what is she doing? And to be honest, I wasn't doubting myself, of course, but I was a bit afraid how it would turn out. But I think that's the great thing when you're doing a Babyboomer. The first layer doesn't have to be perfect. The second one, when you blend your nail bed all over the nail, it can change the entire look. So if you're a little bit horrified by this, don't be scared. This is not the final look. So that was pretty cool using this product. I think even if you're not trained, but you have a passion for nails, these products are so easy to use. So you can do this at home and try to do this fade, and if it's not perfect in the first layer, you can fix it in the second. Can tell this nail is a bit too thick with the white, so this is why I said make a thin tip first and then apply a second bead to blend. It will make it much prettier. Now let's get the magic started. I've got a cover pink from NDED as well. I apply my first bead. I'm moving it towards the cuticle area, and after that I'm spreading it to one side, then to the other side, and then I'm using my brush to fade it out. And that's so amazing to see. It changes the entire design and it makes it completely different. So I really like that. I really like this color as well. It's a pink with a little bit peach. I have a more peach one from NDED as well, but this one suited her skin tone better. Let's go to the other nail to do the same. I'm taking my bead, I'm applying it, I'm letting the liquid do its work, and then I'm applying it from one side to another, and I'm starting my fade. And I really noticed that this product is easier for me to work with. Maybe it's also because I am using smaller beads, of course, because I am not sculpting a tip. So like I said, I really have to work my mix ratio, but with this product you can already tell how easy it is. And what I really like, there are no air bubbles in it. I've had issues with other brands with a lot of air bubbles in it, and I've never had that issue with NDED. I remove the forms and then I will use my files to file them into shape and to smooth out the entire surface using buffer blocks and buffer files. I'm using a no cleanse top coat because we are going to apply some mermaid powder. Also because not all the nails are perfect. Trust me, I can see it myself. Look at that ring finger, the white is too thick. Well, then glitter will fix anything, but mermaid powder will do the trick as well. So by applying the mermaid powder, we will hide some of the mistakes I made. So that's always an easy solution. I'm simply rubbing it into the nail after it's fully cured in the lamp. And because it's a non-wipe top coat, the product will stick to it beautifully and it will give it this shiny effect. Final result. What do you think? I had so much fun doing this again. I'm so happy I started with acrylics again, and you create different things with it. It's a totally different system, and like I said, I do see my own flaws. On some nails the white is too thick. I couldn't blend it out more. I couldn't file it down more because I would have filed down the blending effect. So that's something I really learned from doing this video. But I had so much fun, like I said. If you have any questions on the products or the method I've used, please let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.